Hello everyone, welcome to Dada's FoodCrave kitchen. In this video, I'll be showing you guys how to make some ogiri. Ogiri is made with sesame seeds. Some can use melon seed to make ogiri, which is the egusi seed. This is totally different from the locust beans in my country that we call netetu, as some will say iru or dawa dawa. Making ogiri, you need some sesame seed. Like I said, some can use egusi seed, which is the melon seed. If you guys are interested in seeing how I make this ogiri, please stay tuned. And without any further ado, let's get cooking. Alright guys, here I have my sesame seed to make my ogiri. I purchased my sesame seed at my local grocery store. You can always find them in your local grocery store. Ogiri is a flavorful made fermented oil seed such as sesame seed, or like I said, you can use the egusi seed, which is the melon seed, to prepare it. But I am going to use sesame seed to make my ogiri. And you can also use your ogiri to prepare your okra soup, your egusi soup, your ogbono soup, your bitter leaf soup, your crinkly soup, whichever soup that you are going to prepare. Adding your ogiri will bring a very nice taste to your soup. Although some people use the locust beans to prepare the soup, but ogiri is the best to add into a soup. So what I'm simply doing is, you really want to boil your sesame seeds. So I'm putting my sesame seed into a pressure cooker, which will cut my cooking time in half. So I put the sesame seed into a pressure cooker and fill it up all the way to the top of the sesame seeds, not too much all the way up. The reason why you want to use pressure cooker, like I said, it will help your cooking time in half. If you do not have pressure cooker, you can simply use a regular pot, but the boiling will take you like forever, because the reason is that you want the sesame seed to really come off its shell. Like when you squeeze it with your finger, it will come off its shell. So what I did was put it into my pressure cooker and I pressure cook it for like 1 hour. Because if you use a pot, it would take you more than an hour to cook your sesame seed. So I will advise you to use a pressure cooker. So I simply cook it for 1 hour in the pressure cooker and it was ready. And this is what you want to see when you already boil the sesame seeds. When you press it with your finger, you will see that the shell will come off like so. Then you will know your sesame seed is cooked. That's what you want to really see. The best way to go is using a pressure cooker. If you don't have a pressure cooker, you can simply use a pot, but it will take you a long time. It will take you more than an hour, maybe 5 or more hours to boil it. So what I'm doing right now is I am simply putting the sesame seed into a strainer. You want to make sure you strain all the water out from the sesame seeds. Like so, and you want to spread it all open like that, and then you want to make sure it's cooled down before you can blend it. Some people don't blend their sesame seeds before they can ferment it. I think it's better to blend the sesame seed before you can start the fermentation, because if you don't blend it before you ferment it, while blending it with your onions and your pepper before you start cooking your okra soup or whatever soup you're making, I believe it would not blend that well. I think you want to blend it first before you can ferment it. That's the best way. That's the best way I know, that I used to see when I was a kid. That's how they sell the ogiri in my country, in Gambia. It will be all blended already, not fully seeded like that. So as you can see, the water is all drained out. I'm just gonna let it cool down a little bit before I can add it into the blender. So what I'm doing is I'm just using the pulse button and blend the sesame seeds until it's like not totally all blended all the way through, because mind you, you're gonna be blending the sesame seeds with your pepper and your onions and your maggi and all that stuff and your crayfish. So once that is blended all together like that, I'm gonna pour it into a bowl, and then I'm gonna start the fermentation. And also I wanted to bring that to your attention. You want to make sure you have a good blender, because once it's blending, I'm telling you, it's going to be really sticky. And if you don't have a good blender, the blade might not turn around, the blade might not go through. So you want to have a really strong, good blender that will be able to blend this sesame seeds, because once it gets thicker in the blender, it will be hard for the blade to turn. So now, as you can see, I blended my sesame seeds, and I'm getting ready to tie it into a bag and prepare to ferment it. Usually fermentation will take 7 to 14 days. If you really want it to be fermented, you can go to 14 days to the max. I am going to ferment my ogiri for 7 days. Like I said, if you really want it to be fermented, you can go 14 days, at least 7, 10 to 14 days. 14 days at least to the max, trust me. So what I'm simply doing here is, this is how I remember buying it in the market in Gambia. I'm just gonna, sometimes they will also wrap it in a banana leaf and then tie it with a rope. So I'm simply just gonna use a plastic wrap and fold it up like so. I'm only gonna use the amount like a tablespoon or tablespoon and a half, so that will be easy for when I'm getting ready to cook my okra soup. I will just take one out of the bag and just blend it with my onions and my pepper for my okra soup, or my cassava leaf, or my potato leaf, whatever soup, like I said, you enjoy your ogiri with. So this is just like a tablespoon or tablespoon and a half. So you want to tie it in a plastic bag like that. Make sure you tie it really tight to make sure there is no air going in. Like I said, some people like to use the locust beans into their okra soup, which some people call iru or dawa dawa, but this is ogiri, which is, like I said, made with the sesame seed. I believe you could make it with the melon seed, the egusi seed, but trust me, making it with the sesame seed is better than the melon seed. I've never tried the melon seed method, but this is the way I know ogiri is prepared, with the sesame seed. And trust me, after 7 to 10 to 14 days fermenting this ogiri, when it's ready, you will tell me again, this is really ogiri. The smell that will come out from this, it has a very distinct smell to it. But trust me, it makes your soup taste so good. You'll be wondering, there is something in this soup. If they don't tell you they put ogiri there, and for people that don't know what ogiri is, once you're eating that soup, you'll be like, there's something in this soup. I just cannot point my finger to it that makes this soup taste so good. But not knowing, is that ogiri, that fermented smell of the ogiri that's in the okra soup. Trust me. The best to add in soups. And if you are enjoying this video and this is your first time, please hit that subscribe button and hit your notification bell, because this Creole girl, this Creole Newton girl don't come for una today. I don't come for una today. I don't make this ogiri for una soup, for una okra soup. This is the best ogiri that you will make. So what I'm simply doing here is, I had 2 bags here. I'm gonna put them into a bag. You want to make sure you plastic bag it, tight seal, so that there is no air that will come out from that bag. Tight seal. So I'm putting them into a bag and I'm gonna tie it really tight. Make sure there is no air coming into it. So I use 2 plastic bags. So you want to tie it up like so. Tie it really tight like I said. And then you're going to use 2 or 3 or 4 pillowcases. So I'm going to put it into a pillowcase like so. And tie it really tight. Then put it into another pillowcase. And tie it really tight as well. Like I said, this Creole girl, this Aku girl don't come for una today. This na ogiri for una Saturday soup. For una Saturday soup, una Saturday okra soup, or you egusi soup, or you plasa soup, or you cassava soup, or you petete leaf soup. I'm telling you, if you don't know how to make ogiri, or you miss having ogiri into your soup, this is the best way to go. If you ever wonder, oh, I want to put ogiri into my soup, but I don't know where to find it. Here you go. I have come here with a video for you guys how to make your own ogiri. After making this ogiri, if you make this ogiri, please leave a comment down below and let me know. So now what I did is, I put it into a bowl and shut it really tight. Now you want to put it into a really dark place, like an oven. Please, when you put it in your oven, don't go preheating your oven for something else, forgetting that you have your ogiri in there. Oh, I beg. So I'm gonna put it in the oven and forget it there for 1 week. Like I said, you could go up to 2 weeks, which is 14 days. And this was 7 days since I ferment my ogiri. Now I'm gonna open it and I'm gonna show you guys, and I'm gonna smell it. And then when I did, OM to the G, it smell. You could see the oil is actually even already oozing out from the ogiri. It smell like ogiri, and this is how it looks like, guys. Like I said, if you really want to go for 14 days, go for it. 10, at least 10 days. So what I'm doing here, I'm just gonna put it in a Ziploc bag and put it in my freezer. And whenever I need it, I just take 1 or 2 and blend it with my onions and my pepper, and getting ready to cook my favorite okra soup, or my ogbono soup, or my petete leaf, cassava leaf soup. I'm telling you, this is how you make the best ogiri. Please try this recipe and let me know. You would say that was right. And please, and I'm glad that you guys watched this video. If you enjoyed this video, I will see you guys in my next video. If you have any question, let me know. And thanks for watching. Bye.